Final Sha Tin meeting of the season is a Sunday with the Summer Series kicking off at 4 o'clock. Paul Lally's here with the selections. We're racing on the A course, and that first race is a Class 5 over the 1400 metres, and Euro Rocks has the pacifiers with cows off, the blinkers going on. Side Dreamer ran third at his only go in this grade. Fight Time, Panda Legend both on the class drop. Smiling Collector, cheek pieces off, blinkers first time. The Concentration has the tongue tie off. Fairy Horse gets a £5 claim, and it is a Yo-Yo Night, cheek pieces off, with the one-eyed blinker being re-added, Paul, and Euro Rocks is going to lead.
Yeah, look, he's got the £10 claim. He's drawn barrier 6, so he's led in his recent trials. Campfire likes to go forward as well. He's drawn wide. He just might have to work a bit to get across there. The Concentration, Fight Time can be forward for Zach Purdon. Yo-Yo Night looks a bit tricky for him. He's the lowest rated horse in the race. Side Dreamer, Magic Combo, and then Smiling Collector, he can go forward or back, but I think he'll go back here from barrier 7.
Side Dreamers in our first replay, running third at his last start over the 1200 metres. So extra furlong here. Fairy Horse, it's been quite costly as Fairy Horse, but gets that claim from a good draw, and Ellis Wong and Casper Founds team up with him.
Yeah, look, it was a good run here from Side Dreamer, the best we've seen from him so far in his 9 starts, and obviously the downgrade into Class 5 really helped him. He sort of angled off the rail there. He was had a good economical run coming into the race, and look, the way he finished off, you'd think the 1400 metres should be ideal at this stage. So, look, he's definitely got his chance.
That is Side Dreamer. Replay number 2 features Fight Time running third and Smiling Collector 12th. Now, this is back on the 25th of May, this race. Fight Time's been flirting with a Class 5 drop for a long, long time. He's been down in this grade once for a placing.
Yeah, and look, so he looks really well placed here. He's got Zach Burton jumping aboard as well. The other horse, Smiling Collector, they're going to try blinkers on him, see if that sharpens him up a little bit from his barrier number 7. Look, he's looked good in the bottom of Class 4. This horse looked like he's gone close to winning. So coming into Class 5 looks pretty ideal for him.
Ideal it usually is for Young Horizon too. Class 5 1400 metres has been where all of his wins have come. Hugh Bowman's going to ride for David Hayes. David looking for some wins to give him the slightest chance of knocking off John Size, and this is Young Horizon's Troller Chungfa.
This is his go. He's won of 40 before. He's at this 35 rating. He's got barrier number 10, so he's just going to have to try and slot in there. Will Young Horizon, but Class 5 1400 metres looks ideal for him. So yeah, he's another one that will definitely get his opportunity. And it was a good trial. You could see him effortlessly going to the line there.
That was him on the outside in the Racing Club colours, but your selections for the first.
Yeah, look, going off that speed map, I thought Euro Rocks with a £10 claim, Dennis Yep's charge here. He's run second off a 65 rating. He's really well rated now, is Euro Rocks. So he did arrive on that 65 rating when he ran second, and he's all the way down now into Class 5, and he's got a £10 claim. So he's on top to beat Fight Time, Young Horizon, and Side Dreamer. We covered all those well. 1, 5, 7, and 4.
As easy as race 1, number 1 for Paul, with Euro Rocks to take the opener. We stay at the Class 5 grade for the second race on Sunday at Sha Tin. And this race is over the 1400 metres, and we have Circuit Mighty, a 3-time course and distance winner at the top. Draco goes up in distance, wide draw again for Gluck Racer. Little Fairy comes back in trip. Verbier's had 2 trials since his last start. Pochettino pacifiers off, blinkers first time. Supreme winner is minus a shadow roll, but the blinkers back on. And Oriental Tycoon wears a visor once again. Leader here, Paul, he likes to roll to the top, Verbier.
Yeah, he does. He was me. He's a horse who's been downgraded from barrier number 1 with Anton Hamlin aboard. He can go forward. Supreme winner has got the £10 claim. Now, Circuit Mighty ran second in this grade last time. I think he'll end up getting across outside Verbier. A Polar Fighter is back in trip. Tatnam. Pochettino's got blinkers on for the first time. Gluck Racer, Oriental Tycoon to go towards the back.
Here is that second that Circuit Mighty ran that Paul mentioned during the speed map. He's up outside the leader here. Tatnam, Pochettino, Gluck Racer also figure. He was rolled, Circuit Mighty, but by a horse that was looking like he was going to win one at any stage, Lucky Man.
Yeah, exactly. And look, this horse has won 3 races in a higher grade. He's had 1 start now in Class 5, and this was it. This will be his 2nd start. He's got a little bit of a tricky draw, barrier 11, but I like the way he sort of fought here when Lucky Man came alongside him. Manfred Mann, the trainer's had one of a really good end to the season as well. So I think he's capable of winning definitely in this grade, and maybe it's going to be on Sunday.
Circuit Mighty, that one. This is a Polar Fighter running third. He's been better at his last 2 starts. He's placed in both of them. Barrier number 4, Jimmy Orman, David Eustace, and he's on a 7-day turnaround.
He is down back in trip, so he's coming back to the 1,400 metres. So I'm not sure if that's absolutely ideal, because he does get back and run on. But in saying that, he's a horse that's been in really good form recently. Since he's been back at Sha Tin, he's had these 2 thirds. Prior to that, he did have a Happy Valley all-weather campaign, but he's looked best since he's come here at Sha Tin. And look, it was a bit of a bunch finish there for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. He wasn't far away from 2nd.
Got a trial replay now, and Verbier runs 3rd in this trial, but he normally goes forward in his races. Terrible conditions this day. The other trial he ran 5th behind Escape Route, and this is a 3rd behind Massive Sovereign. Yeah,
so just a quiet trial for Verbier. He's a horse that is back in trip. He's been running over 1650. He comes back to the 1,400 metres. Does like to roll along in front though, and he should be able to get to the front without too much problems. Just a very nice quiet trial here for him.
That's a lead up to the selections now for race 2.
Going to go with the toppy here. Race 1, number 1, race 2, number 1 here as well with the Circuit Mighty. He Was Me, he's the other downgrader. From barrier 1, he'll get every opportunity coming into Class 5 for the first time. A Polar Fighter and Verbier we covered. 1, 2, 5 and 8.
As Paul said, it's a lucky saddlecloth number 1 to start the day if Circuit Mighty wins race number 2. We leave the Class 5s behind and move on to the first of the Class 4 races, which is the 3rd on the program. And Fun Together's had his last 3 starts on the all-weather. Golden Tronic Mighty, wide draw again for him. We've got Awesome Treasure with a £10 claim here. 4 Parterres, a 2-time course and distance winner. The Golden Knight steps up in trip. Wider draw for All's Well. Noble Fans has the blinkers going on. Legend Star wears cheek pieces for the first time. The speed map, Paul, and Parterre and Fun Together are going to keep Awesome Treasure just off the speed.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm sure Awesome Treasure will go for the speed as well. So it just all depends how these 3 horses jump, because Parterre, we know, has got really good early speed. Awesome Treasure's got the light weight. Fun Together likes the lead as well, and he's drawn barrier 13 with the Apprentice claim on. He's got £5 off. So between the 3 of them, I think they're going to set up a reasonable, strong pace. Wind speed could get caught wide. Newborn Miracle from barrier 1, and Noble Fans with the blinkers on should get his opportunity.
His Awesome Treasure running 4th. He's one of 3 in this replay. Golden Tronic Mighty's won 2 of his last 4. And importantly, Paul, for All's Well, who runs 5th. This was his first look at Sha Tin, and he had missed a race when he was scratched leading into this.
Yeah, now I would have had him. I've got him in as the Quinella horse All's Well, because he's been getting back, running on strongly. He sticks at 1,200 metres here. This was a sit and sprint. And the horse that won, Lopan Spirit, sprinted off the front. So I thought Awesome Treasure, being on the pace, had every chance. So looking at the horses that ran on, and I thought it was All's Well was probably the best of those ones, and he almost collared him as well on the poster, the other horse, Awesome Treasure. So I would have preferred him over 14, but they are sticking him at 12.
All's Well, the focus of that replay. He's Golden Tronic Mighty again. We just saw him in that first replay also. That was 2 starts ago. This is last time out for Golden Tronic Mighty. Runs 3rd behind co-partner Fleet. He did put back-to-back wins over Rainbow 7 and Invincible Ibis together not too long ago. He's
quite consistent now, this horse. He drew 13 here, as you said. He's 14 now. Co-partner Fleet looks like he's a nice horse going forward. Lovers in the Air is a big chance later in the card as well. So, look, I think this horse, again, he's the barrier 14 is the one off-putting thing. But he's a big horse. He'll get galloping room. And I wanted to include him as well.
He's going in. His Noble Fans also making the top 4 off the back of this second last time. Parterre's in front of him, turning for home. And in the Noble Fans beats all but one home in this race.
Yeah, and I think Parterre will be in front of him again as they turn as well in this race on Sunday. good run here. Now, blinkers going on. I really like the fact that blinkers going on him as well. Karras has drawn barrier number 2. He drew 2 on this day as well. So just the difference, and I'm sure there was some sort of suggestion that they put blinkers on. I really like the winner in this race, Lucky My Way. I think he's got plenty of rating points in hand. So to me, it's quite a strong form race, and I think he can win with blinkers on.
There you go. So anything with Lucky My Way form, especially second to Lucky My Way, is good.
Very good, I think. So, yeah, we'll go with him. See if John Size can get an early winner. So with Sha Tin aboard, all's well. We saw him running on there, as was Golden Tronic Mighty, and fun together. Just, again, he's got the apprentice claim, which will help him. Just got to get across from 13. 9, 8, 2, 1.
Race number 3, all preview the first leg of the early treble. Race number 4 now, another Class 4 race, this one, and you'll find the gates positioned at the 1,400 metres for it. We got Fun Together, a last start winner carrying an extra £8. Divas 12, a 2-time course and distance winner. Bullion Blitz has the blinkers going on. Von Bayer also wears blinkers for the first time. Better draw for PG Bay. We've got Glaciated, who's won a trial since his last start. And Run Andrala, both looking to improve some pretty ordinary form at the moment. It's Divas 12 with the pace to lead, you think, Paul?
Yeah, well, look, he's led in his last couple and he's managed to get to the front without too much issues. Fun Together is always an on-pace runner. Now, Glaciated led in a recent trial and has got the £10 claim, and he's up to 1,400 metres. So there's a few things going on with him, and I just thought he'd be a bit closer in the run. PG Bay was on the pace at his last trial as well. And then Lovers in the Air midfield, and the other one's getting back. Fortune Superstar has gone forward, but that's over a mile, and he's raced up to 2,200 metres, so he's way back here to 14.
We'll see his trial shortly, Fortune Superstar. But first, we need to hear from Tom with the trainer of the first starter, Sunset Trail, David Eustace.
David, Sunset Trail, a newcomer for your stable, a 3-year-old for the side, the Mission, the first of those to race here in Hong Kong. What can you tell us about him?
Nice big horse, big action on him. Obviously, you know, he's still learning. Trials have been sort of quite good, but he's raw. Yeah, I like him for next season, but he's, you know, I expect him to take a few runs.
He's come off some trials on a real wet all-weather track. Has it been hard to get a line on those? Because he doesn't look like he's really been tested too much.
No, that's right. And he's a horse who sort of strikes me as he'll travel strong, but he sort of hasn't really learned how to flatten out and quicken yet. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. I'm sure we'll be able to sort of travel at the 1,400 at Sha Tin okay. And it's just when he's asked to let down, whether his sort of legs go everywhere a little bit. But yeah, Hughes had a set moment, liked him.
Barrier 6, just case of letting him jump out, find his feet where he's comfortable?
Yeah, just let him roll out. He's got sort of enough speed without being really sharp, won't force it. Basically, leave it to Hugh.
That is Sunset Trail, Paul. We've got some winning form to focus on first up. It's Fun Together, who does love the 1,400 metres at Sha Tin. He's a 4-time course and distance winner. Good draw again, and Jerry Chow has a very good record on him too.
He does. He's going to get his opportunity once again. He's a horse that really tries hard, this one. He did manage to get that win to beat the Auspicious last time with Jerry on it, and Jerry has ridden him in his last 3 starts, so he does, as you say, knows the horse pretty well. Did sprint nicely to win this race. So, look, he's definitely a chance in the race. He'll go in the numbers for me.
The Auspicious running second also comes out of that race into race number 4. Lovers in the Air, 1,200 metres last time. There was money for Run this day, but he fades and runs 10th. But the last 200 metres for Lovers in the Air, he looked very sharp.
He did, and look, stepping up to 14 looks absolutely ideal. He was wide most of the way in this run as well. He was sort of 3 wide. They didn't go quick early either in the race. You can see him in those orange colours, getting that clear galloping room and coming down now the outside. The winner was often gone here, and he's going to be racing on Wednesday night. But I just like the way he stretched out here for second, so I think he's a big chance.
You mentioned Fortune Superstar during the speed map. He's had it in forced break after a barrier trial. He's had 3 of them. This is his most recent one. Zach Pert and Mark Newnham. He's down there in the green with the red sleeves.
Yeah, so they're obviously putting him in over a shorter distance, coming in fresh. So that's just a little query. He hasn't run in the first 4 from his 8 starts so far here in Hong Kong. He's had a couple of 5ths at Happy Valley. So, Here, 1400 metres, bit of an unknown for him. Look, it's an interesting jockey booking for sure with Zach on him. I prefer him over a bit longer, so I was happy to watch.
So he is not going in the selections, but who is?
I go with Lovers in the Air. I think he can go forward, improve and win this race. PG Bay has come off a strong trial, glaciated with the 10-pound claim. I think he can get a perfect run just in behind and fun together the last start winner. 8, 10, 12, 1.
Paul's got some love in the air at the moment for Karis Teaton and John Size because he's tipped them to win both races, 3 and 4. Race number 5 spins up right now, and here comes the graphic of what the race is. Class 4, 1600 metres. Super Unicorns on the class drop and up in distance. Frentank's a 2-time course and distance winner, as is number 4, Bright Inheritance. Etalon Oars placed 2 from 3 over the Sha Tin 1600. California Moxie's coming across to Sha Tin after all of his recent racing's been at the Valley. Star Bros ran third at his first go at the mile. Jolly Jumper won in Class 5 4 starts ago. And Beauty Live raced wide last time, but he's a horse that's won 1 from 15 over the 1600. Frantank charging forward here, Paul.
Yeah, he likes to lead. Metsu Victor's got good early pace, as is Happy Universe. Jolly Jumper likes to go forward. Etalon can go forward or back, so we'll see how he jumps. California Moxie likewise, but he's likely to go back and try and sort of circle him mid-race. Star Bros has got the perfect draw. He won't be too far away. Midfield there. Back to flags at Warren. Arden again is drawn wide.
Super Unicorns in replay number 1 over the 1400 metres, so he tries 1600 here. He's raced numerous times over 1650 at Happy Valley, so the step up in trip is not going to be a problem.
No, definitely not a problem, the step up in trip. The bigger concern is probably Sha Tin versus Happy Valley, because all his wins have been at Happy Valley. He's had 6 go at Sha Tin, so just a couple of minor placings. Look, he got out into the clear here and he sort of finished just in behind them. This is not a bad run there for 5th, but I'd far prefer him at Happy Valley than Sha Tin.
Next replay features Etalon Or, who drew a gate last time. He had every chance. He was one off the rail. He was favourite, and a pretty short-priced favourite as that, and then found another one to beat him. Is he in on a minor line?
Yeah, it's hard to put him in on a win line because he just keeps running placings. He's had 12 goes for sort of 8 placings. He's looked like he's going to win quite a few times, but just hasn't gone on with it whatsoever. So, yeah, he's hard, as you say, he's hard to have on a win line. He just chased home second. He's just a horse that seems to like to chase leaders home, and he's had so many seconds recently.
Actually ran 3rd in a trial between races too, so he's placed in a trial off that. Star Bros is only lightly raced. There he is, 3rd on the inside. This was his first time at 1600 metres, and despite sticking to the inside and saving some ground, he makes up plenty of ground.
He does, and it was a good run from him as well. You can see him sort of trying to get out there, and the gap sort of closed on him. So he didn't get too much luck in the running. He's only had 4 starts so far with him. Zach Purdon rode him here for the first time, and he's sticking with him coming up here at the second. So look, he's a horse that seems to improve. And sometimes these horses just take a run over 1600 metres to get, you know, the tempo right and everything. So second up over the 16 looks good.
Enough to have him on top?
Yeah, we'll put him on top, actually. I think from barrier number 1, he'll get every opportunity. So it's 2-1 to John Size over David Hayes now. California Moxie comes back to Sha Tin. He's been in really good form recently. He's 1, 2, and then ran a placing. Etalon Oars and a professional place getter. And then California Banner ran 4th at his last start at a big price. It's the best run we've seen from him. And he's drawn ideally in barrier 4. 10, 7, 5, 6.
Star Bros to win the 5th, the first leg of the Triple Trio. Further Class 4 racing in race number 6, and this race is over the 1400 metres. With Voyage Boss, horse number 1, winning from barrier 1 2 starts ago. Savvy Warrior has the earplugs off. Super Love up in trip, cheek pieces come off him. The air's placed 3 from 11 course and distance. Lightning Arrow, he's up in distance. Wider draw for Smart Fat Cat. Billion 2 was scratched on the 22nd of June with a lame right hind. D-Star's won second up in the past, and Only You gets in off a rating of 42, a course and distance winner off 57, Paul.
World Hero, a lot of money from last time. He did lead and was just run down. He can go forward. Voyage Boss was in this position when he won on debut. Do Your Part and Super Love have both drawn wide. Billion 2 and Raging Rapids will get his opportunity. Autumn Vibe steps up to the 1400 metres. Only You, and then Smart Fat Cat's drawn wide at both his starts, and he's gone back. He's going to have to go back again.
Here he is, Smart Fat Cat, running fourth in this race. Do Your Part runs third. He's certainly improved since he's been here. Do Your Part. He was a winner leading into this race and then backed the form up with the placing, but out in barrier number 12 for this race.
Yeah, so it looks a little bit trickier here, and he might have to work. Smart Fat Cat, both his runs have been really eye-catching. And you can see him finishing off on the inside there, just in behind the place getters. So, look, he keeps improving, Smart Fat Cat. I'm going to include him, even though he's drawn wide once again. You can see him coming off heels there and running fourth.
You can, as the further they went, the better he certainly did look. Next up, it is World Hero running second. He leads for home here over the 1400 metres. Doesn't quite get there. He holds all off but Harold Wynn, who's a very consistent horse.
And he was right on his slipstream and on his back the whole way. Harold Wynn, when he did beat this one. You can see him still going easily enough here, and it was just on the day Harold Wynn had had that run in behind him and managed to collar him. I think he's going to get a similar run in this race in front, and if he does, he's going to take some picking back, World Hero. He's definitely an improved horse towards the back end of the season.
I've got one more to look at. Only You, back up in Class 4. He's been up for a start or two again, and Raging Rapids has a 10 next to his name. He gets a good draw again this week. He gets no room in the straight here. He's buried down on the rail in the turquoise and yellow cap.
Yeah, and look, Only You got sort of momentarily held up behind him as well, and there was no gap for Only You. So, Benno Jung, this is his last day, or last happy Sha Tin day anyway, with Only You. He's looked good in his previous two starts. He's won off a higher rating before, so he's another one I'm going to include in the numbers, and he was making good late headway there.
That is the replays for race number 6. David Hayes to make it 2-2 for the day.
Yeah, we can make it level them up here with World Hero straight to the front and keep going. Smart Fat Cat, really, he's looked really good, this horse, in both his two starts, but unfortunately he's drawn wide once again. Only You, and then I'll throw Autumn Vibes in because he steps up to the back up to the 1400 metres, and I think that's probably by the autumn sun. That looks good for him from barrier number 4. 9-8, 14-6.
Race number 6 is also the first leg of Sunday 6 Up. Here's race number 7, and again we've got a Class 4 event going up here, and it's over the 1200 metres. Amazing fun. Goes from the 1000 to the 1200. Champion Instinct is a 3-time course and distance winner. Beauty Missile comes in as the standby starter, so he's horse number 3, carries 126 pounds. Bulb General has his first start since February. Rainbow 7, 3 outings for 3 placings. Romantic Party has the blinkers going on. Winning Machine has raced wide at his first 2 starts, and King Oberon and Ruby Sailing, Paul, both last start winners down in Class 5.
Led all the way, Ruby Sailing, so I think he'll go forward and try and do something similar here with a very light weight, 10 pounds off him. Riding high, look, he likes to go forward as well. He can get outside him. Winning Machine, he's only had the 2 runs. They both look good. He should be able to get a nice trail with King Oberon, the last start winner. Come Fast Feifei, another one who's only had limited starts here. Bulb General just had the 1 start. He came from the back when he ran a placing. And Sal, I think, is going to have to go back.
Rainbow 7 been in the top 3 each and every of his 3 starts so far. Here he is running third. He also has a placing behind Lucky My Way, who did run second, and they both ran on at big odds early in their careers.
Yeah, they did. And look, the winner of this era, Valanik, had that perfect run just behind and managed to get through and win. Now, Rainbow 7, he was 3.8 here, so he was really well back to win this race. You can see him in those green colours running third and finished off nicely enough. So barrier 7, he should be able to get a nice enough run and he'll get his opportunity once again.
King Oberon down into Class 5 and getting a win last start. He'd been so close so often, but second time in Class 5 he was victorious. back up in grade this week. The stable's had a good week with a couple of winners at the Valley on Wednesday.
Yeah, they definitely have. Look, I'm happy to watch King Oberon coming back up here into Class 4. Look, he got down into Class 5, and that was the win, wasn't it? So this was his first win at Sha Tin from his 19 starts. Going to go back to back? I'm not so sure.
It's a race also that has a number of the Class 5 runners in the first race appearing in it. So if they do win, maybe he can go back to back, but it will be harder. Ruby Sailing is also a winner. He led up here. This is a Class 5 race too, and King Oberon obviously has gone on following this race, Paul, to win. So Frank the form, but again, we point out this was Class 5.
Yeah, and this was Ruby Sailing's first win from 20 starts. So similar category to King Oberon. I think Ruby Sailing's not going to get his own way in front like he did in this particular race. Riding high is drawn right alongside him, and I think he's going to put the pressure on him. So that'll be his undoing, I think. So, yeah, again, with both these two horses coming up into Class 4, prefer them down in Class 5.
We'll wait till they're eligible for something a little easier, that pair. A trial now for Bold General. We haven't seen him for some time. He's had 4 trials, so the fitness should be pretty good. Zach Pert and Jamie Richards combine. He's come up with a wide draw, though, but did impress on debut in a strong field.
Yeah, and that was from 14, so actually comes into 11. Cross-Border Pegasus won that race, and Cross-Border Pegasus has gone on to a lot bigger things. Second start here for Bold General, like the trial. Zach Burton jumps aboard here from barrier 11. The horse gets back anyway, so he shouldn't be totally disadvantaged. I think he's a good chance coming into this race.
That's a good report for him. So a good chance. Whereabouts is he in the top 4?
We'll put him on top, actually. I think he can beat Rainbow 7, but that looks to Quinella for me. Winning Machine will get that perfect run just in behind. And Come Fast Feifei has only had Come Fast Feifei the 2 starts. He's run 7th of both, but from barrier 3, he just matched perfectly just in behind them as well. 5, 6, 10, 9.
A first up Bold General for Paul is a winning first up Bold General if he wins race number 7. There's a trophy up for race number 8, Class 1 event it is, and it's the running of the Hong Kong Racehorse Owners Association Trophy over the 1600 metres. Beauty Joy won a Group 3, the Premier Plate, over 1800 last time. Cheng Cheng Glory's a 6-time course and distance winner. Happy together, he's won 3 over the mile. Massive Sovereign's now with David Eustace. Bundle Award has won 3 from 10 in his first campaign. Young Champion carries £18 less for the class rise. And there's a gear change with Soleil Fighter. Blinkers off, cheek pieces go back on, and he's up from the 1400 to the mile 2, Paul, and will be behind the leader.
Yeah, look, he can easily kick up from an inside draw. I thought Cheng Cheng Glory from barrier 5 would just go to the front and dictate the pace there. Winning Dragon. Beauty Eternal has got a big run to the first bend to try and get across. Last 2 times he's drawn sort of double figures, he has gone forward. Young Champion, Keefe has been in good form at Happy Valley. Patch of Theta, happy together. Massive Sovereign, first start over a mile here in Hong Kong, and Bundle Award, he gets back.
Here's Tom with the trainer of Massive Sovereign, David Eustace.
Massive Sovereign making his much anticipated return to the racetrack this weekend. The Derby winner, of course, first run for your stable. Talk us through what the issue has been and what he's had to undergo to get back to the track.
Well, it was, well documented. He had surgery, had a screw put in a hind leg, which went very smoothly. Vet's done a fantastic job with him. He's been, very sound since, but, post-surgery, they've got to have 3 months of very light work. So he obviously then goes into work, totally unfit. So he's had, it's been a 4 months sort of getting him to the races, which is, pretty normal. And frankly, everything would have had to have gone right to race this weekend, which it has, thankfully. So it's been nice and smooth. He's had 3 trials, which have all been, fairly pleasing, and he's ready to kick off.
You mentioned having to have 3 months off with the surgery and some light work. What are some of the sort of rehab processes that those types of horses have to go through?
Well, he was, box rest and then horse walker and then sea walker. We've got terrific facilities in Chung Fa, which are world class, and then he started off on the treadmill just to get him going without a rider on his back, which again is a great tool. And from there, a month's light training and start doing some faster work.
Where do you feel he's at for this weekend? First up, because obviously the horses he's racing against coming to the end of their campaigns where he's sort of just kicking off again?
Sure, yeah. I mean, his fitness is good. You know, he's forward enough to run, of course. Otherwise, he wouldn't be. But naturally, he's going to come on for it. I'm really pleased to be able to give him a run. I just thought to be able to do that, albeit then he's going to obviously have a bit of a let up out of the back of it, but a big difference between being 7 months off the track and 9 or 10. So, you know, it'll do his mind a lot of good. It'll do his body a lot of good to get back to the races and have that sort of competitive action. You know, I'm mindful that he's actually never even ran over a mile in Hong Kong, so there's going to be horses there that are a bit sharper. But he's also, as you say, the fresh horse on the scene, so that'll be an advantage for him too.
We're almost done for the season. You've had an incredible first season here. What would be the one sort of David Eustace highlight if you could narrow it down?
I suppose the treble at Sha Tin was a big day. You know, you go to the races hoping to get one. So to get 3 was a massive thrill and a credit to the team to get the horses in the sort of form for they've got to be spot on to win a race here. It's everywhere, yes, but things have got to go right. Obviously a bit of luck too, but that was a great day.
David Eustace there on Massive Sovereign. Paul, the Premier Plate replay up now with Bundle Award, Chang Cheng Glory, 3rd and 6th, and Beauty Joy 2nd last, turning for home, and then motoring down the outside to win.
Yeah, there was plenty of pace in this race and really suited Beauty Joy. And as you can see, everyone had a chance at this stage. Now, Chang Cheng Glory, I think, is going to get a lot better run from a low draw. He's drew wide here and had to work and couldn't get across with Pray for Mer and California Totality in the race. As such, Beauty Joy came over the top and won it. I like, and Bundle Award was finishing off strongly, so it showed that the pace was on in that race. I do like Chang Cheng Glory in this race, though, because I think he can dictate the pace. And
our second replay is Beauty Eternal, happy to get the second, and Patch of Theta ended up running 4th, and he was pretty well supported in this race. Hugh Bowman rides for Francis Loy. This obviously 1400, so extra furlong in this race on Sunday.
Yeah, look, he looked a little bit one-paced here. He sort of hit a flat spot, and then when they came down, with about 100 to go, you can see him picking back up again. So it was a bit of a funny run from him. I mean, stepping up to the 16, was probably going to be a lot better. He just looked a little bit disappointing, I thought, in this run because he was really well supported. Happy Together was a good run as well.
He was, and he won't mind the step up in trip either. Massive Sovereign in your top 4?
Yeah, I'm going to put him in. I won't put him on top, but he has got form over 1,400 metres in Ireland. He actually won over 14. So I'm not too worried about the 16. It's just he could be a bit ring rusty. So he goes in there for second behind Chang Cheng Glory, I think, can dictate off the front, and did win this race last year, Chang Cheng Glory. Patch of Theatre in there for 3rd ahead of Happy Together. 2-6-5-4.
He's always been one of Paul's favourites, and Chang Cheng Glory on top to pick up race number 8. Here's race number 9, and this event is over the 1,600 metres and is a Class 3. The Golden Scenery's won a trial since his last start. Mickley pushed Lightyear's Charm last time. Tourbillon Prince is on the downgrade and up in trip. Young Achiever goes the other way, 1,400 to 1,600, as does Huge Wave. Wider draw for Call Me Top Seed. Pope Cody cannot draw a gate. Mr. Dapper has his first run in this grade, and Kalachi has the shadow roll added for the first time. So we've got Call Me Top Seed, the leader here, Paul, from barrier 13.
He's got the 10-pound claim. I think there's just going to be an intent there. He went forward on his debut, and with the apprentice claim, I think they're just going to put the handlebars down and go for the lead. Tourbillon Prince can lead as well if Call Me Top Seed doesn't get across. Mr. Dapper, Money Catcher used to lead. He would have been in front in the old days, but as an older horse, he's lost that early speed. Huge Wave was unlucky last start. Kalachi from barrier 14 looks like he's going to be trapped wide. Poor old Pope Cody keeps drawing wide.
He does. 4 starts and wide draws in all of them. We'll start with Mickley, though. Tourbillon Prince runs 10th. He came out of this race with an excuse or two as well. He pulled up Aurora in it and he raced wide. Mickley, he's a funny old fellow.
He is a funny old fellow, Mark, yes. You can see him the widest runner here, and like Lightyear's Charm is a very good horse. He's looking forward to seeing him next season. And he looked like he was going to run past him about now. Lightyear's Charm just knuckled down and fought and ended up winning the race. But it was good to see him back to some form. There was a bit of money to suggest he could do that as well. So, look, I wanted to include Mickley. I don't want to give up on the funny old fellow.
He's only 4. Might have age-shamed him a bit there. Anyway, he did run on well in that race. Here we've got a Telebajil running second. Pope Cody hasn't done a bad job from these wide draws. And with all my faith, it's just his second start. He ran on. You were keen on Prestige Ricky this day, and he didn't have too much luck at all.
No, he didn't. It was slightly disappointing, but as you say, there was nothing really, no sort of room at the end there, was there, down on the inside. With all my faith, it was a better run from him. He's obviously improved after his first start. And Pope Cody, I thought he was almost going to win halfway down the straight here, but just came to the end of it. Again, wide draws put me off. And Talabagil sort of ran in a little bit there as well when he ran second, so he came under a bit of pressure.
Next up, we have a Huge Wave, a member of the Jimmy Ting stable. He runs fourth in this. Zach Purton taking the ride, goes to 1,600 metres, and he is a course and distance winner.
Very unlucky, I thought, here in this run as well. Another one that didn't have too much room coming down the straight, and you can see horses all around him. Yeah, Zach Purton aboard for Jimmy Ting, who's found a few winners recently, Jimmy, as well. So the stable is going nicely. And you can see him running on without any room whatsoever. So, look, with a bit of space, he's drawn barrier number 5. I think he's going to get his opportunity. He was snatched up late there, wasn't he?
He was. Next to South Star, who runs in race number 11. This is Mr. Dapper. He's been flying. 1,600 metres is no issue for him. He's unknown when it comes to this grade. Karis Teaton, David Eustace, 4-time course and distance winner. Good draw. But what about Class 3?
That's the query. Look, he hasn't been with the stable for too long, but obviously they say a change is as good as a holiday, isn't it? And he's obviously really enjoyed the sort of change in environment with Mr. Dapper. He's drawn barrier number 2, and can he come up to this grade? That's the query. He was just held out Fortune Boy. He's been in fantastic form as well. So the form looks okay in the grade.
Pearl of Pangs, who finished third, has come out and won since also. Did he make the 4, though?
Yeah, look, I am going to put him in. I think he's a chance here. I'm going to go with the 6 on top, though, Huge Wave, to beat Young Achiever. Now, he's second up. He'll improve with that run under his belt, coming back from an injury. Mr. Dapper and Mickley, we talked about the good old fellow Mickley. 6, 5, 11 and 2.
That's the preview for the 9th. It's the first leg of the Late Treble. Class 3 1,200 metre race is race number 10, and in this race, Module Construction is horse number 1. He's drawn well in barrier number 2. He's won 2 from his last 3. Celestial Hero's gone the right way in his first 2 starts. Super Infinity placed last time. Little Paradise, second run in this grade. Forza Toro has his first run in Hong Kong. He went over the 1,400 metres on the Dundalk Poly Track. Lucky Planet, he failed last time. He struggles this grade. Metro Power and Neza both go up in distance, and Weekend Party making his debut. Raced under the same name for Alex Oliveira, went over the 1,200 at Te Aroha, Paul.
He did. Look, Wonder Star's got plenty of pace, as has Metro Power, as is Young Superstar, as has Lucky Planet. And Forza Toro's gone forward in all his trials and showing good speed. So it's going to be on for young and old here. I think it's going to be on the faster side of good. Matters Most has got a 10-pound claim and no weight. Module Construction should get his run, but might be set up for something in the back here with Little Paradise, Celestial Hero, the one you talked about. And I didn't mind Weekend Party's trials as well.
More on Weekend Party shortly. Firstly, though, Tom talks to the rider of Celestial Hero, Hugh Bowman.
Hugh, Celestial Hero for Douglas White, lines up for his 3rd start here, but he definitely improved from start 1 to start 2, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he did. I think there was merit in his first run, actually. I trialled him in between those 2 starts, and he gave me a hell of a feel. Subsequently, ran really well the other day, and you know, I don't see any reason why he can't go better again. He's got to deal with a bit of a sticky draw, but he's not a go-forward horse anyway. But you know, he's just going to need a little bit of luck to find a winning position, I suppose, from that draw. But we won't put too much pressure on him early. We'll let him be where he's comfortable. I'd assume in the second half of the field and let him come into the race over the final couple of furlongs.
And even when he had his momentum halted last time out, it was good to see the way he attacked the line there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, like I said, I was really impressed with his trial in between runs, and he's got good form in Australia. He's certainly got the makings of a horse that's going to continue to rise through the rating points, and you know whether he begins his winning journey here in Hong Kong this weekend or not is yet to be seen, but he's going to be an exciting horse next year.
You had a winner for Douglas on Wednesday night, and his stable's certainly built up a full head of steam at the back end of the season.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he had a really good night. You know, I had 3 rides for him. I think you could make a case for the other 2 that I rode that they were a bit unlucky. I think Prince Alex, after a long time off, was a little bit stiff not to run a place. I sort of ran into traffic at the top of the lane and his momentum was halted, which doesn't suit him. And Wings of War with a clear run would have arguably gone very close too. So you're right, the stable's in good form. He's been a great supporter of mine all season, and we've had some good success together. So it'd be lovely to finish at Sha Tin with a winner. But you know, regardless of that, he's a really, really nice horse, and looking forward to partnering him again.
Hugh Bowman with a cameo appearance from the Teton family in the background for race number 10. Wonder Star Paul, he deserved this win last time. He'd been racing well, was able to win, but he's got no form when it comes to Class 3. And we saw on your speed map, a good to fast pace might not help either.
Yeah, he's drawn 11, so I think he's going to have to work to get across to the lead. He set up some pretty quick sectionals here when he won, so he was entitled to drop off, but he just kept going. He has to come up and do it in Class 3 with a lot of pace in the race. So that was just my concern with him. But he's been the best of the Macau horses that have come over without a doubt.
He has, and he wins that race over California Blitz. And that was Class 4, of course. He's raced numerous times, 9 of them in Class 3. Just hasn't been able to get amongst the money. His soggy trials now with Little Paradise winning. What did you make of that last run from him? He was good when he's first 2 in Class 4, but then midfield, he's only time this grade.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing last start. He's got something to aim at in this race. They took him back in the trial as well. And look, there's plenty of speed coming up in this race. So when he did win on debut, he led all the way, Little Paradise. So he has got pace of his own, but the way he's been trialling and the way he raced last time, I think they're going to try and ride him quietly.
Next trial, in fact, a track work it is for Weekend Party, who you mentioned in the speed map. What do you like about him?
Well, look, he just won that one race in New Zealand before he got here, and it's been a really strong form race. There's a lot of horses have come out, and I've liked how in his trials he hasn't been let go at all. He's just been stretched out. He's a really well-bred horse. He's a full brother to a horse called Dark Destroyer, and Dark Destroyer won a Rough Habit Plate and was placed in Queensland Derby, and so up in distance eventually. I think this horse will be ideal. So, look, I think he's going to be 50 to 1 coming into this race, but I'm going to take a chance with him that he does well. I could be 1 run too early with him. I think next season we'll see a good horse, but I'm wanting to take the chance at a big price because I don't think it's an overly strong field. Little Paradise, Celestial Hero have got definitely claims in the race, and Module Construction, who did win 2 in a row before running 5th last start. 13, 6, 3 and 1.
At the possible price he is going to be if he does win, You Can Party. If Weekend Party wins race number 10. For the last at Sha Tin, race number 11 now, and we breeze home with a Class 3 over the 1400 metres. Superb Kid last start winner, extra £9, rising from ashes. Last start winner, extra £6. California Waves having his first start. He's had 2 trials, was with Peter Snowden, one over the 1300 at Hawkesbury and 1400 at Newcastle. Sky Vino crossover noseband goes on. Class 4 winners last time riding together, and Spirit of Peace, and it's a wider draw for Master of All. He goes out to barrier number 10. Paul, he does have early speed though. Yeah,
he's led in most of his recent starts, and Master Champion, he set up some really quick sectionals when he raced over 1400 metres last time. So with a lightweight, I expect him to go forward as well with Master of All. Dylan Moe is aboard Master Champion, so a couple of Masters in front there. South Star will get his opportunity right in behind. Riding Together is another one that could possibly lead. Sky Vino's drawn wide and likes to go forward, so he'll need luck. Beauty Bolt should get the perfect run, as will Flash Current back on the inside. And then Rising from Ashes from a wide draw is going to have to go all the way back from barrier 13.
Tom with Andrea Razzini first up, talking about South Star.
Andrea, South Star, a good association you've got with the Frankie Law-trained galloper. He looked to be in a good spot until you couldn't really get any clear room with him last start.
Yeah, we had a good trip around until we were in a good spot most of the way. Just unfortunately, when we got into the straight, it just got stuck in behind the horses that were sort of coming back at me and couldn't really get out. So to be fair to the horse, I think if he'd have come out, I'm not sure if he'd have won, but it would have finished a lot closer. So he seemed in good form. I think it felt to me last time even better than the time before, and I sat on him since. And no, it's got a good draw again, so hopefully we can get another good trip around. And yeah, it'll be nice to see him win again. He's done well so far, and he's only a young horse, and I'm sure he'll be better next season.
How's he trained on since his last run? Because you rode him in a gallop earlier in the week.
Yeah, he seems good. Frankie's happy with him, and physically he's done well. So yeah, no, I'd say if Frankie wasn't happy with him, he wouldn't be running him on Sunday. So he obviously came out the race quite well, and we could probably say barely had a race because I never really got stuck into him. So yeah, no, looking forward to get back on him on Sunday.
He's got some good form, but it's a deep-looking race with several last winners. You think he can challenge again this weekend? Well,
there's a few of these horses that obviously are coming up for the first time in this grade, and he's been running well at this level, and it's a very competitive field. It can make the case for most of these horses if you look through it, but he's done nothing wrong so far, and like I said, he's got a good draw, and if you get a good trip around, I think he should be able to run big again.
That's Andrea. 4 replays, Paul, all with winning form amongst them. We'll start with Superb Kid. We can talk about Rising from Ashes shortly because he wanted to win after this race. Superb Kid, 3-time course and distance winner. He won from gate 3. Luke Ferraris rides for Francis Loy from the 12.
Yeah, just a little bit of a wider draw. He hasn't managed to put 2 together in his career, so a barrier 12, 135 pounds. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more trickier in this particular contest. He did win nicely enough, winning this race, stretched out well. So I've left him out in the end, just because of that record of 2 together.
He's not going in. Rising from Ashes came out of that race and improved to win here. This was 1,400 metres also, same distance as Sunday's race. Beauty Bolt not only gets in better at the weights than Rising from Ashes, he's also a run fitter now.
He is. This was his debut run, and he's drawn barrier number 5, which looks absolutely ideal. Rising from Ashes has been declared Aurora a couple of times now, so you don't know what you're going to get with him, and he's drawn 13. He's going to have to go all the way back. Whereas I think Beauty Bolt can definitely get first run on him. He just ran about a little bit. I just thought he got tired in the last sort of 100 metres there, Beauty Bolt, but knuckled down again when he ran second. So to me, that's qualities of a horse that really wants to win.
Good report for Beauty Bolt. Class 4 winners now. We'll start with Riding Together, who sits up outside the leader, turning for home, manages to be too strong at the finish. He beat Lucky Sam Gore, and he's going to go round at Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Yeah, he's still a maiden, Lucky Sam Gore, but look, a nice enough win from him. He's got to come up and grade and do it. There's a lot of last start winners in this particular race. He did really stretch out, but he has been in Class 3 before and hasn't really done too much. So he just needs to come back up and prove that he can do it. And saying that, he's in form now, but look, he didn't go in the numbers.
Concern about his record in this grade. One horse that hasn't raced in this class is Spirit of Peace, and perfect trip down on the rail. He was drawn down in barrier number 2. Matthew Chadwick rides this week from barrier 7. He's had a strange old season. He's gone some huge races, some disappointing races, and then a good win here.
Yeah, and again, he hasn't managed to put 2 together, has he? So that's just the little issue I had with Spirit of Peace. He's got barrier number 7. Again, he's got to come up and do it in Class 3 for the first time. So that was my little concern with it.
That's our replays and also Andrea Razzini's thoughts for the last. Does Beauty Bolt go one better?
I think he can. Beauty Bolt, a really good debut run from him. The stable's in good form. Drawn nicely with the champion jockey on. So a lot of positives there for Beauty Bolt. Flash Current, now he's another one similar to those Class 4 horses that we saw. It has to come up and do it in Class 3. But he's drawn barrier 1. I think he's just going to get the perfect run, Flash Current. So of the Class 4 runners that have won, I've put him in. South Star was a little bit unlucky last time. We did hear there from Andrea Razzini. And Sky Vino will need luck from his draw, but he's been very consistent horse, has Sky Vino. 5-7-4-8.
And that is the preview for the last Sha Tin meeting of the season. Happy Valley comes up on Wednesday night, but the Sha Tin season finale gets underway at 4 o'clock.